Peace, 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 peace. I'm Chocolate Amun Ra, and this is another Sunday's class. This class gonna be a little different, actually a lot different. I'ma really need you to pay attention. I'ma really need you to take your pencils and papers out. I'ma really need you to get your mind ready to be exposed. I'ma really need your mind to be get ready to be shocked. I did a research, and for all you Christian religious people out there, it's not to disrespect you in any kind of way, but our melanin people need to come back. Come back of knowing thyself, knowing who you are, and understand why we're fighting each other. We all come from the same melanin race. The world's oldest picture of Jesus and others, part 1 and 2. Yamin. Understand this. We gonna get into it today. I'm Chocolate Amun Ra, and I'm not a preacher. I'm not a reverend. I'm not no deacon, no bishop. I don't study archaeologists. I don't study science. But let me tell you one thing, what I do study. Knowing thyself. I'm just a messenger, and I'm a bridgeport for those who have a hard time accepting who you are. Before we get into it, let's pay all due respects to the Creator. Assalamu alaikum. The sun rises. Amun. I want to thank y'all. Understanding you got to give all praise to the Creator. The Creator created all things. The universe. Understand the factor. Religion is man-made. Conception to control you. Hear me clearly, because in these clips you're gonna understand. Religion is here to control you. Let's get into it.
Is a man named Ishmael, according to the Bible. When you go to Saudi Arabia and you ask the people there, who was Ishmael? What did Ishmael look like? Where and how will we recognize Ishmael if we saw him again? They will point you to Medina Salih, 100 miles from Medina, where the people say the son of Ishmael, Petra, is carved in the mountain. So if you want to know what Ishmael looks like, look at his son. My friends, behold Petra, the son of Ishmael. Can you see this? Does he look like me? The father of the Arab race. How could they tell us that the Africans and the Arabs have nothing in common, and the father of both of us is right here? Here are some of the descendants of the original Arabs. This comes out of a book called The Sons of Ishmael. The Sons of Ishmael. Do you see the physical characteristics? Why are you taught to hate the Palestinians? Why are you taught to hate the Saudis and the Kuwaitis when you see the sons of Ishmael? All of the brothers are Arabs. Arab is not a race. An Arab is a conglomeration of culture. The race is varied. You have Asian Arabs. You have African Arabs. Here are some of the sons of Ishmael. Do you remember only last year they had people going to Saudi Arabia in order to fight to protect Kuwait? Do you remember that? Do you know who the Prime Minister of Kuwait is today? He's an Arab. He's a Muslim. His name is Sheikh Saad bin Abdullah Al Sabah. And this is what he looks like. When he came to America, they wouldn't put him on CNN. They didn't put him on ABC in the evening news. Why didn't they want you to know that this is the Crown Prince of Kuwait? My brother and your brother. They don't want us getting together. They want you to believe that Islam is just a religion for Arabs, and the Arabs don't look like you. You don't have anything in common with them, so don't listen to what they have to say. But when you see the man, you begin to realize we are one. King Saud, Saudi Arabia, one of the former kings of Saudi Arabia. They have an Islamic bank in Saudi Arabia, headed up by a Saudi Arabian. His name is Dr. Muhammad Ali. Dr. Muhammad Ali. Here. He's not born in Africa. He's born in Saudi Arabia. This is Dr. Muhammad Ali. They tell you should hate the PLO because there's a group of Europeans who call themselves Jews who want to steal that land. They want to take the land. And in order to be successful, they have to divide you. They don't want the world to know. They don't want the African people to know. They don't want the Muslims to know that the land they are trying to steal belongs to Northeast Africa. We used to walk over that land with Abraham, who was black, and Moses, who was black. You say, well, don't say Abraham was black. He was a Jew. How do you know? When the question was asked of Mr. Tacitus, the most famous historian of Rome, Tacitus said, everyone knows in Rome, this is 80 AD, that Abraham, the founder of the Jews, came and originated in Ethiopia. So what do you think he looked like? 80 AD. You want to see a Palestinian? A brave sister that suffered for 11 years in an Israeli jail. And the Israeli soldiers said that if she didn't confess, they were going to make her father rape her in front of all of the soldiers. That's what Fatima Banawi endured. And we don't even know who she is. Brothers and sisters, and ladies and gentlemen, before you make your choice between Islam or Christianity, meet Fatima Banawi, the only female member of the PLO on the executive committee, the only female decision maker in the PLO is Fatima Banawi. She was not born in Nigeria. She was not born in Ghana. She was born in Jerusalem, where a group of Europeans have tried to kick her out and claim the land for themselves.
Space. All right. The reason why I'm bringing this up in class today is you got to know thyself. As your brother Yasmin showed different pictures. But each of those pictures, these people came from Africa. I'm going to show you Africa and their maps. I want you to understand something. You can easily download this information, easily. But I'm going to show you how easy this is here. This is Africa and all you see it? All of the maps, these are flags rather, excuse me. These are flags. I'll make it even bigger so you can get a chance to see it better. Okay, so you can see it better. Look at that. Let's call some of them out. I see Egypt, Ghana, Mali, Syria, Nigeria, Libya, Ghana, Congo. Who are we playing with? Ethiopia, Morocco, Kenya, Chad, different. These are all in Africa. Understand that. Now the reason why I'm discussing this here is because we seem to have a problem knowing thyself. We're having a problem knowing thyself. Knowing of the description of the people around the world across and other countries, mainly Africa. Understand, the reason why I'm doing this class today is to let you know that religion is not what you think it is. It is to control you. A lot of you don't understand that, but if you sit back and do your research and understand, religion has only been on this earth less than 500 years. Less than 500 years. When you understand this, you'll be able to get a better concept on who you are. Some people want to say, oh, am I black? Or am I, people want to say, you're black. Of course you use the word black. You may use the word black for, to identify. But you're not supposed to use the word black to identify yourself. Why would you do that? We never use the word black to identify ourselves. Each one of the pictures that the brother has showed you, he never said black to a certain point. He said we all look alike. Why are we going against each other? But let's get back into this. This is deep. And you're going to get to know, you're going to understand even your Lord Jesus Christ that you serve. They're going to show you one of the oldest pictures of Jesus. I don't want you to get your feelings hurt. I don't want you to be stunned. I want you to understand why they've done these things. And then what's even more encrypted is that the fact the description of Jesus is in the Bible. Daniel chapter 10 verses 6. Revelation chapter 1 verses 12 to 15. It gives you a description of a man with woolly hair. His skin is like bronze, fiery bronze. Obviously, it's a dark-skinned man. But how can you have this in the Bible, and then tell the world Jesus is a white man, a Caucasian man. And you melanated people, which everybody's melanin, it's just some have small melanin than others, and others have more melanin to give them a darker color. Talking about the dark-skinned melanin people, brown, such and so forth, you believe, some of you truly believe that Jesus, white Jesus, coming down. It's like you so institutionalized, you co-native, you don't want to give this thing up. You think as long as I follow the rules, I'm good. What rules? You think you good because you go back and forth to work and nothing happened to you yet? Yet? You still paying bills? You a slave because you work for somebody. Yes, you are. We all slaves because we ain't got our own business, our own entrepreneur going on. You a slave. You just getting paid to do something. But you ain't getting your pay, your real revenue. Let's get back into this. Understand who you are.
BC. 10,000 BC. I'm going to tell you something. Now, please, now, hold on. Hold on, whatever you can. Hold on. Just don't be tipping on the chair. Hold on, because this can knock you over. 10,000 BC. In the land of northern India, a group of people lived called the Harappian people. Mohenjo-daro. And they had villages, over 1,000, from northern India, near the Ganges River, all the way to Russia. Over 1,000 villages, the same architectural style. But in Harappa, they built houses in a shopping center, 10,000 BC. And they had two-story houses with toilets in the house. When Europeans were trying to find caves to live in. Because Europeans just came onto the planet around 10,000 years ago. A highly advanced civilization in India. And people have been searching to try to find out what do they look like, hoping they were white. Hoping. Archaeologists searching and scratching out in the hot sun, seeing if they could find out who they were. And if they found out first, you may never know. Like the pyramids chopping off their noses. Hoping you wouldn't recognize the Sphinx if the nose was chipped off. Chopping off the nose. But I recognize my blood. You can chop off the nose, the hand, the feet. I know my blood. Finally, they found one of the princesses of the Harappian society in India. You've been taught you don't have anything in common with Indians. And Indians have been taught they don't have anything in common with you. And the same person taught both of us.
Now, I'm leapfrogging here. Simple fact, you already know that I'll be going in and out to navigate, in my opinion. Understand clearly what the brother stated. That around the world, and if some of you probably got it, and if some of you didn't get it, I'm here to interpret it in the simplest form. Around the world, they taught. They means Caucasian. The ones who conquered. Okay? If the Caucasian race had been on this earth for, let's say, 10 to 6,000 years, and they managed to conquer a great percentage of the planet, not a lot, but a great percentage, take a big bite of it, but was be able to influence the other melanin people to turn on each other. Not to understand one another, but to turn from one another. And to this day, in 2017, this happens today. People from India can't stand Africans. Now, let me help you out. Gandhi was a good man to a certain point, but Gandhi was a racist to his own people. He hated Africans. Gandhi. And if anyone don't know about Gandhi, he's the one who starved himself to death to make a point in India. He done work, but he was a full-scale racist. Was he a racist because he was taught this? Or he just didn't like black people, dark-skinned people? I'd rather call you melanin people of the darker race. Because he just didn't like you. Or was he taught this by the British? The colonials that came in India and did their little number on melanated people. Around the world where these people conquered, they flip the game and get you to hate yourself. Hate your hair, hate your skin, hate your eyes, hate your body. But then these people want to be you. They emulate you. They want to put you and keep you down so you don't know nothing. You got to ask them about everything about you, in which they don't tell you nothing but scraps. Brothers and sisters, get ready. It's going to get heavy. Let's get ready.
This is the princess. This is the princess who ruled over the homes 2 stories high that had toilets in every...
Hold on, part 2 is coming. Here we go.
A drainage system
Part
on
2.
the outside, 10,000 BC. Because the Quran said, travel, learn, bring the knowledge back, share. The Muslims in West Africa start traveling. They reach Mexico long before Columbus. How do I know it? Columbus said on his way to Mexico and back, he saw Africans in boats returning to Africa. That wasn't their first trip. The Aztec Indians made monuments of the Africans so that the world would remember. They didn't make any monuments of Cortez because Cortez came murdering and robbing and exploiting and raping. They wanted to forget him as quickly as possible. But the Muslims from Timbuktu came with brotherhood. Here's the statue that the Aztecs made of the visitors before Columbus, down at the bottom. At the top are the rulers of Ecuador.
Woo!
Rulers. These are not the servants. These are not those who held coffee pots. These are the rulers.
We
They
seen
were
that
Muslims.
before.
They were Mandingos.
We seen
they
that.
were our people.
We
and
seen that
we need
before.
to know our history.
Before Columbus. Before Columbus, remember that.
This
That
is what the
book.
white people did. Made Jesus white.
Pay attention.
Made the angels white.
Pay attention.
No way in the world for Jesus to be white. Jesus told John he wasn't white. In the first chapter of the book of Revelations, Jesus told John that he had hair like lamb's wool and skin like burnt brass. How did the Pope get these pictures? Why do the Christians have them today if they have changed their ethnic and racial views? You see this coin? This was minted in the 4th century AD
Get ready.
by a famous Roman emperor called...
Now what you're about to see, y'all. All right, let me get on this side. What you're about to understand here. We got to be careful, and when you really do your research, like the Roman emperor was black. Okay, the Roman emperor was black. His name was Constantine. Write this down, and then when you do your research, you're gonna find out. This is a coin. This is a coin here. This coin here. The other side of this coin is the picture of Jesus Christ. Understand, knowing that that is not his real name, but we're using the name that Constantine and them created. Okay? I want you to understand how your life, your religion, your beliefs, your doctrine is false. If you're not understanding it, if you want to sit there and go, it don't matter, then you don't care about your life. You might be living well. You might be having a nice house. You have a nice car. Whatever the case may be. But psychologically, you are definitely lost. And your family and your generations of family will get lost. And you won't know the truth. Knowing the truth is the best thing for our melanin race. This coin is the opposite side of that coin. This is Jesus Christ. Some of us call him Yoshua, which is Hebrew. Let's get into it. Get those papers and pencils. Get them.
Justinian. On one side was the picture of Justinian. The other side was the picture of Jesus. This is the oldest image that we have of Jesus, from any source. This is what people thought Jesus looked like, and you can tell he does not look like Pope John Paul.
Look at that, y'all. Pay attention.
Doesn't look like Bush, or Major, or De Gaulle. Here are the children of Solomon at the top, and the children of Jericho at the bottom. These are the people that said that they never lost track of their heritage. When they were taken into slavery, they remembered who they were. And they therefore understood Solomon when he said, "You daughters of Jerusalem, I am black and comely." That means I'm good looking. This is one of Genghis Khan's chief generals. When you look at this picture, you will probably conclude that this is West Africa. This picture comes from Saudi Arabia. Not 10,000 years ago. You can find it today. Look at the picture. We are one. The heritage. There's 120 miles from Arabia.
All right, y'all, class is over. First part. I told you we're gonna get deep. I told you you're gonna see things that you may have never seen before. And if you have seen it, and you ain't passed that information, you're just as guilty. Understand, our African nations. I've showed you the flags. So many nations in Africa. But understand the biblical text, that you go to these churches, the Christian churches, and they're not describing who you are. Why are you wasting your time? when this is false doctrine and false information. This is why I said we need to have schools on Sundays. And this is why I have schools on Sunday. It's so we can learn and understand who we are and dealing with the system of things at all times. Gods and goddesses, don't let no one fool you. Our life is full of surprises. Make no mistake. And if you want one of those people to sit there and go, well, it don't matter, then you know what? You continue walking the path you are. I'm not here to break your arm or to hold your arm or hold your hand, rather. I'm here to give you the information because I'm the messenger. It's up to you to decide what you want to do. Take this information and do your research, cross-reference. Because black people have this thing of now, oh, I don't believe you. That's because you've been hurt. But I'm Chocolate Amun Ra. See you in part 2.